It's time for Growing Hope, the show determined to grow up hearts open to pursue the extraordinary. Because you are extraordinary! And now, it's your host, Kathryn Lang.
Hello there, and welcome to Growing Hope. I am Kathryn Lang, Hope Smith extraordinaire, sharing a little bit of hope and inspiration with some twisted encouragement. It keeps things interesting. And when we keep things interesting, we keep ourselves motivated to go on. And we have to stay motivated to go on. It is really easy to be convinced by what's going on around us, by the world, by people, by circumstances. We can be easily convinced that we should stop, but we have to make the choice. And we have to set the foundation that's going to keep us going no matter what else happens. And that's where hope comes in. Hope provides the fuel to keep going no matter what. So we are investing in focusing on hope. With a seed of hope, everything becomes possible. So we are spreading seeds of hope through this focus. The first thing we talked about, point one, was to be crystal clear on what it is you want. The more you know what you want, the bolder you can be in pursuit of it. The second point was to accept the past. It's done, it's over, it's gone. You can't change it. So you have to accept it in order to be positioned to move forward. The third point was to evaluate the moment. What do you have? What's going on around you? What can you do with where you are and with what you have? The fourth point was to give yourself a defined time. Set a timer, set a deadline, and do all your ranting and raving in that set amount of time. The fifth point is about having a rebuilding plan. We need to know what's next. Okay, everything fell apart because of whatever, because of choices we made, because of a tornado. You're not in Kansas anymore. Whatever the reason, things are not where they're supposed to be. But you can still get to where you're supposed to go. As a matter of fact, you're designed to be where you're supposed to go. There is nobody else on earth that can do what you were uniquely designed and put here to do. So when you know that, when you go back to the very beginning, when you know it in your knower, you know what you want, you know that heart seed, then you can you can create this rebuilding plan that's going to allow you to take the next step. Several years ago, I began developing a whiteboard of world domination that is my plan for the year. And the whiteboard of world domination for 2020 didn't quite work out the way I started the year thinking it would. The good news was it literally survived the tornado. Even though my office was completely destroyed, the whiteboard of world domination survived, and it came with us to the temporary location. So I'm using that as my rebuilding plan. What in my whiteboard of world domination still works? I went back to step 3, to evaluate the moment. What works? What can I make work? And how can I prepare to move forward? And in reevaluating, it turns out that a lot of the things I wanted to do on the whiteboard of world domination are still attainable to some degree. All I have to do is continue to make the choices to do it. So I set out to do that. This is a perfect example. This is not the setup I had at my office. I had a great setup for doing podcasting, for doing live streaming, for doing recording. It was all very secluded and easy for me to let people know, don't come in, don't bother me. Here, not so much. I can't even get the construction workers to follow my schedule. Much less my family. I mean, come on. So I'm in a hallway, but it's working because it is what it is. I can't change what happened. All I can do is look around me and continue forward. And that is what your rebuilding plan is. It is a path for you to continue forward. So how are you going to step forward? When you have evaluated your moment and you've gotten your ranting done, Make a step-by-step guide of what you're going to do next. And focus on the little bits. I can't emphasize little bits enough because little bits are very powerful. We don't think about it, but a little bit of something piled up on a little bit of something creates a major change. I always think of the story of the donkey, the old donkey that the farmer said was of no use anymore, so he threw him in his well. And then the well didn't work either. So now he's going to kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. He's going to fill the well and bury the donkey that's of no use anymore. So the farmer comes in and he pours a little bit of dirt on the donkey down in the well, and then he goes to get some more dirt. And the donkey stomps down the dirt. So the farmer keeps bringing the dirt, the donkey keeps stomping it down, and eventually the donkey just steps out of the well. The world is going to try to bury you in that well. You make the choice of doing these little bits. When things aren't working out, you do a little bit to take what isn't working out and make it work for you in the moment. Even if it isn't exactly as you planned, even if it's not exactly as you wanted, as long as it's moving you closer to where you want to be, you will get there. So keep stomping down that dirt. We can have a focus on hope that is going to drive us into all of our possibilities if we continue to step it out. So remember, the first point is to be crystal clear on what it is you want. Know it in your knower. Uncover your heart seed, that thing planted in you before time began, and begin to live it out. The second point is to accept the past. The past happened. You can't ignore the past. But at the same time, don't let the past dictate where you're going. The third point is to evaluate the moment. See where you are and what you have, and figure out a way to put those to work to move you in the new direction. The fourth point is to limit your whine time. When things happen, sometimes it gets bottled up and we need to rant. Find a corner, find a mirror, find a place where you can talk to God and let it out. But limit the whine. And finally, the fifth point is to have a rebuilding plan. Know what your next step is going to be and then begin to step it. Thank you so much for joining me for Growing Hope. I am Kathryn Lang, and I look forward to connecting with you. Come over to snarkyrainbows.com and join me there for the discussion. Every weekday, I'm sharing a post that expands on the topics of the Growing Hope show. Also, look in the top of the sidebar, and you'll see that there is a sign up for the free Growing Hope ebook. That's going to be a weekly ebook that you can get. If you have any questions or any comments, feel free to share those as well. And remember, you can connect with me on social media. Everywhere, I am Kathryn C. Lang, except for Facebook, and I am the Kathryn C. Lang there. Until next time, remember, be blessed and be a blessing.
Thank you for joining us for Growing Hope with Kathryn Lang, where we are sharing hope, encouragement, and inspiration to do more. Visit www.kathrynlang.com to invite Kathryn to be part of your event or to share your own stories of possibility living. Until next time, remember that a seed of hope planted and nurtured will grow up into a world of possibilities.